हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। एक एनसीईआरटी का कॉन्सेप्ट है मैडम, जो बहुत ही क्रूशियल है। स्टूडेंट्स मल्टीपल टाइम मेरे से इस चीज़ के लिए डाउट पूछते हैं। तो फॉर योर क्लैरिफिकेशन मैंने वो छोटा सा पैराग्राफ आपके सामने रख कर ही इस पर एक वीडियो बनाने का प्लान किया था। अगर हम बात करें कि एनसीईआरटी की कोर कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसके थ्रू हम आप ये बात को समझ सकते हैं, पहले आप एनसीईआरटी की वो लाइन पढ़िए। देयरफॉर डोमिनेंस इज नॉट एन ऑटोनॉमस फीचर ऑफ अ जीन और द प्रोडक्ट दैट इट हैज इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर। लाइन में मेंशन है कि डोमिनेंस न तो किसी जीन का ऑटोनॉमस फीचर है और ना ही वो जो प्रोडक्ट कोड करता है उसका। इट डिपेंड्स ऑन एज मच एज द जीन प्रोडक्ट and the production of a particular phenotype from this product as it does on the particular phenotype that we choose to examine, in case more than one phenotype influenced by the same gene. आइए मैं आपको ये बात समझाता हूँ कि what is mentioned here. सबसे पहले तो आपको ये समझाऊँ कि लास्ट लाइन में ये लिखा है कि in case more than one phenotype is influenced by the same gene. तो अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि एक ही जीन है, सपोज करिए कि हम और आप बात कर रहे हैं कि वन जीन इज देयर। सो इफ देयर इज वन जीन एंड इट प्रोड्यूसेस और कोड फॉर मोर देन वन phenotype, then this process is called as pleiotropy. This is the mechanism called as pleiotropy. If I talk about the pleiotropy, you can understand that one gene coded for more than one phenotypes. For example, how it can be understood by us in this way, like suppose there is a gene, B gene. In NCERT, there is a concept of B gene. This B gene codes for two characters. One is called as seed shape of pea plant, and another one is called as size of starch grain. This B gene code for two characters, seed shape as well as size of starch grain. If I talk in this way, you can understand the concept like this. This gene have three genotypes. One is called as capital B, that is homozygous dominant. Second is capital B, small b, that is heterozygous dominant. And a last is third combination, that is called as small b and small b. This is homozygous recessive. You need to understand this in relation that in seed shape, capital B produces round seed like this type. In case of capital B, small b, this produces again a round seed which can be mentioned like this. But in case of small b, it produces a wrinkled seed like this. Here when we talk about size of starch grain, we can have the clarity in this relation that size of starch grain is large like this. In case of capital B, small b, like heterozygous dominant, size of starch grain is intermediate like this. But in case of small b, the size of starch grain is actually small, which is like this. So if I talk for you to make you clear with this concept, like if I consider seed shape, the B gene shows dominant recessive relationship. Dominant recessive relationship. But when I consider size of starch grain, it is showing incomplete dominance behavior. So the line of NCERT is very important to be remarked here as that the B gene is same, but if the B gene control for two characters, in case of seed shape, another type of relation, and in case of size of starch grain, another type of relation can be seen. So I cannot say that B gene is dominant always, because in case of seed shape, that capital B gene is dominant over B, but in case of size of starch grain, the same B gene does not show behavior of dominance, it shows incomplete dominance behavior. That is why in NCERT line you can understand that not an autonomous feature of a gene, but it depends on gene product, what you choose to examine. This line is very important for you. This is choose to examine. When you understand, when you choose to examine that line, that particular character, it depends actually what type of ratios or what type of relation you are going to observe in that relation. So in case of pleiotropy, you will find this relation. This is more important line of NCERT, where you can see this, that there are two relations. That is why dominance is not an autonomous feature of gene. That is all for today.